like I said, I think David Applebaum will be around to he'll be talking about the new potential project in town with Experience Yardley. So I'll check out, like I said, we'll hopefully he can come in. And then next month, I was thinking of trying to get together some business owners, the YBA in town, to kind of better support, our businesses. What can we do as a committee and as a borough council? So that's something that we'll look to in the future. I'll text David right now to see if he's coming in. Because that was kind of the plan for the night, to hear from him and hear about this project. What about you, Matt? You have anything? How you been? All right.
Yeah, I'm doing great. That sounds good. I frankly haven't spent a little more time with Carolyn on some general government stuff around the floodplain. So I think you and I should probably find some time to connect around other ideas. I haven't really been contributing much on this one with ideas. So let's think about what else maybe we can do.
All right, no doubt. Yeah, let's have that conversation. And like I said, I think, maybe next month we'll invite, at least some business owners in, and maybe we can have a discussion about, again, better ways to support the businesses of town, if there's anything, because I know a lot of businesses are struggling in the midst of the pandemic. So maybe there's something that we could help along with the recovery for them.
Sure.
Let's see. All right, David is coming. He should be here shortly.
There he is.
Hey, David, how are you?
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was Matt or a just like a picture, because you weren't moving at all. I was a little worried about you there.
I was reading, and I tend to go into a trance when I do that. So
okay, yeah, just making sure if I need to call 911.
So David, I feel like this was a good forum to kind of maybe discuss your upcoming project with Experience Yardley. It's something that I know there'll be something we're going to vote on sometime soon. Paul, is that next council meeting?
Yes, they were originally, we tried to do it for this one, but it was just too rushed, and we wanted to get other eyes on it as well. So we thought 2 weeks is okay. Oh, yeah. So it'll be at the next one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so maybe just start the discussion, kind of fill us in, and then, if there's any suggestions, certainly that you would have for how we could better support the project. Seems like an exciting project that will really
well, okay, so probably Matt and Dawn aren't familiar with what we're talking about, but the project is another placemaking project. It's an art sculpture project. It's based on the historical significance of ducks in Yardley. It goes back to the time when there was a duck farm right here in town. And I assume that's, at least that's my assumption, that's why ducks are so prevalent in our logos and things like that in the past. And so he came up with this idea to um, create these sculptures that are 4 foot high, 5 foot long, 2 foot wide fiberglass ducks that would be a juried art competition, six total ducks that could be, because we're using the animal motif here, fostered by either a sponsor, a business, or even individuals to be placed within the downtown area. And the cost is very reasonable because they're made of fiberglass, but they're hefty and safe. And I believe they float too. So if there is a flood, we're covered that way as well. The idea is, this is sort of a, not a jumping off point, but an extension of the whole idea of hashtag greetings from Yardley. Hashtag greetings from Yardley is our the basis for creating a destination town to promote the town to, well, firstly to enrich the lives of our residents, but also to present our town and all the great things that we have here to offer to not just tourists, but potential businesses, people that may be considering moving here. So I've been talking to real estate agents. I've been working with the Chamber of Commerce, Delaware River Towns Chamber of Commerce, and also with Visit Bucks County. And there's a lot of excitement. And in fact, we've received money and expect to receive more money from both Visit Bucks County and from the Pennsylvania Council of the Arts. Don't quote me. I think it's either of or on. Anyway, so that's a good thing. The idea is that, like other towns that have created these sculptures, this is not a forever piece. It's a temporary piece that maybe would be in place a few years, up to maybe 5. We don't really we don't even know what the exact lifespan of these things are, but it will last that long. And the idea again is that they're something visible that we can use to leverage the hashtag Greens from Yardley campaign, especially as we're coming out of, hopefully, this pandemic, and to support our residents and businesses, during and after, because we have to ramp up again. We have lost some businesses in town. Yes, we're probably, I think, -2 or something like that, but Paula would know better than me because we gained La La Lobster and the salt tank place. But nevertheless, we believe, and it's part of our mission, to never give up on promoting what's great about Yardley. Either it's natural beauty, it's businesses, it's the entertainment that we provide. So the ducks is just, for us, just another way of marketing Yardley. I hope I answered some questions.
I think it's a great idea.
Oh, thank you,
I
Dawn.
love your Bernie Mittens meme too. That's
Oh,
really funny.
him? He's waiting for Music on Main to start.
But this is like what they did with the mules. Like,
Yeah.
remember they did the mules? They were really, really nice.
Yeah, that was actually the Delaware River. Who was that again, Paula? The canal?
The canal. Yeah,
Canal.
with the Delaware Canal.
And actually, one of the people, well, you know her, Dawn, Susan Taylor. She's one, working with us to guide us. So this is not going to, even though it's kind of new territory for us, it's not new territory for Susan or Jerry Taylor, and they've been given us a lot of background information and how to not only market the idea, but also to deal with issues such as looking for artists and the juried artist campaign and so forth. So I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. So how does it work? Are the artists paid to do it? Do you have to raise money to pay them?
So we've decided that we don't want anyone to feel that their time is not appreciated. So we decided on, I'm probably not using the right word, but we decided on an honorarium for
Mhm.
those artists that are involved. We're also providing something as a token gift or honorarium for the judges. Otherwise, it's not a very expensive project in the grand scheme of things, especially because there's 6 total fiberglass ducts. Um, Now, one of the good things about this, aside from the fact that it will give us recognition now, at the end of the time period, since it's a foster situation and not an adoption, I'm just playing here. But the idea is that we'll actually probably end up selling or auctioning off the ducks for charity.
That's great.
So I think not only will there be ROI for the town itself from the project, but there will be some ROI at the end for Experience Yardley to continue with our mission because as you know, we're a nonprofit, so we have to beg and and
Mhm.
scrape for money.
Mhm.
Not everyone at once, please.
I remember those mules. They were fabulous. They
I
were
remember those too,
colorful.
Don. Those were neat.
They were really cool.
David, what's your timing? Like, is this a spring thing or when? What's the?
Well, that's a great question. So the timing actually is long term over I guess about a 6-month period. So my idea of marketing and with the business that I'm in, I handle marketing. And one thing I've learned is that to take advantage of everything that happens with anything and get that out out there so that Yardley is top of mind no matter what. So even as we start the development of this project, we'll put stuff out there to tease people about fostering animals or whatever,
Yeah.
something slick and sly. Eventually by springtime, and I don't remember, I don't have the sorry, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but well, first of all, then there's going to be, of course, the jury selection that can be promoted. Then the process of the delivery of the ducks, because they're going to come in crates. So we'll photograph that, we'll videotape that coming to the artists, wherever they're working at, and we'll keep updating progress on the ducks. It's not going to be top secret, like no one knows exactly what's going to be on the duck. And just to assure people, and Dawn and John are aware of this, but since it's a juried competition and we have final say on everything, it's not like there's going to be some surprise where someone's going to paint a duck with some,
Right.
something offensive. It's
Yep.
not going to be offensive. The whole idea is to promote greetings from Yardley. Yardley, America's town, whatever. I'm just
Yep.
throwing stuff out there, but you get the idea. So we're not going to be surprised with some bizarre, painted duck. We're going to have real, it's jewelry. So we're not going to pick artists that aren't experienced in this medium. We're not going to pick artists that may have something that's troubling. We just want a good artwork. That's what we
Yep.
want.
Yep. That's great.
And then, of course, finally, they'll be working on it in their studios and maybe start placing it at these locations. And we've had a couple meetings already, working directly with Wes and Paula and Uri and people from our committee, and also Susan and Jerry. And so this is being done, I think, in a very thoughtful way, one that really brings all of us together from disparate groups, but with one common goal. And I think that we can all agree that this, not just this town, but this country needs something to kind of bring some brightness back to the people of our town and the country, doing things that are going to be of interest and exciting, something neat, not just doom and gloom. So, but that's just me being all excited about Yardley. And then, of course, we'll do dedications. There will be we haven't finish the whole plan. We meet every few weeks, but I mean, ultimately, I believe that there'll be a dedication at every location. So that will help.
David West had an idea, put a QR code on there and then throw some history out there, or you're standing here, you could go eat here, which I
And
thought was a good idea.
That's a fabulous idea.
Mhm.
That's a fabulous idea. I just hope that an aside, I did that with the on the canal, and I got redirected to a Japanese marketing company. It was really bizarre. So it doesn't matter. The point is, that's
Just
a
a
great
thought.
idea. And so this is just one of the things that we're doing, of course, but we want to buy in. When I say, you and I talked last time, Matt, and what we said was, what are you looking for? You want money? You want this? You want that?
Right.
No, money. We get enough money, and we work hard at that we can subsidize this ourselves. What we want is just, and we've already got that. So, I mean, I'm not even
Right.
saying it's something that hasn't happened, but a buy-in from all these different people. So I know that everyone seems to be excited about the idea, and so I have no complaints. If Barrow Hall or the council has some idea about how they can help promote it or provide some other assistance, that's great too. But
Yeah.
it's not about money, because we have our grants, we have our contributors, we have our sponsorships. And I think that's another thing that we like to not focus on, but just make sure that when we're marketing this, that people understand that we're our own entity, that this is coming from the heart of the community. It's not just look, I have no vested interest. Like, I don't have a business in Yardley, so it's not like me trying to promote my business, so that's what I'm trying to say, that this is really just about individuals who just want to make Yardley a fun place to visit or live in or bring your business to. Because I was also talking about empty office spaces as well in one of my meetings. I don't remember if that was, or I talked to so many people, I forget. But it would be nice to, when you see the people walking down from the tannery, and they just look like they're happy to be in town because they can go walk down to the Wawa, they can have lunch at Rosa Bianca. These are the kind of things that we want to promote to outsiders, that, hey, if you come to Yardley, it's not just a one stoplight town. Yes, it is a one stoplight town, but we've got a lot of great things happening here.
Yep.
Is there anything? Well, and I guess, John, you were alluding to other ideas about how to. One of the let me rephrase that, because I don't want to call it a complaint. I would say one of the things I hear a lot. I talk to, and I work with and communicate with a lot of the businesses, particularly restaurants. But I speak to a lot of businesses in town as part of my goal of marketing our group to local businesses. And a couple times I've heard, like, what can the borough do for us? And I say, well, I'm not the borough, so I don't know directly, but I'm willing to take your questions and concerns and bring it to those people that might be able to help you. And when I spoke to, I don't think she would even care if I said Michelle from the Yardley Inn. She said, I'm not concerned about me because I get a salary, but I have all of these employees that are affected by the pandemic, and we've had to cut staff. We've lost all of our catering for Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're the ones that are really losing out in that case. And I said, geez, I didn't actually think of it that way, but you're right. So what is it that you're looking for? And I don't know if she knew what she was looking for, but I wanted to bring it to council's attention because I think that it's, we should at least acknowledge that people are struggling, even if we don't have a direct answer for it. And John, you threw some ideas around yesterday or the day before, but I just think we need to keep brainstorming. But I do think that when a person doesn't think that others or politicians aren't listening, that's where things get, people get upset. And I said, I don't think that's really true. I'm in contact with people in council and I'll relay your message. And I know that for a fact that, people do care, but I don't know. I'm not on council, so I can't offer anything to you, but I will pass the message along.
Yeah, no, that's good. And we're going to be, in March, we plan to invite some business owners to this Community Economic Development Committee. You're certainly welcome to. I think it would be a good forum here to kind of discuss maybe some ways and kind of, at least hear people out, their concerns, and maybe there's a potential for us to kind of help out with the businesses or support the businesses better. But we'll be doing that in March, our meeting in March. So the first Tuesday in March, we hope to at 6:30. So you're welcome to come as well.
Yeah, I was just amazed. She was telling me that the tent that she got cost well over $50,000. She purchased it. She told me at the time when they were full operation was spending like $3,000 a month on propane.
Wow.
And I said, oh my God. I mean, that's like buying a whole extension to your building.
Yeah.
By the time you're done paying for the propane and everything. And yet business was down. And, I talk a lot with Jim Kane over at, representing three businesses. He had some of the same concerns. And even smaller businesses. I talked to Yvonne and over burritos, and Jim over at Yardley Pizza. And there's no one I don't talk to, and I hear things, and I just try to. I don't represent council in any way, but I just try to put people at ease from our perspective, and I tell them, look, that it is something I care about, and if I didn't care about this, we would not continue with the work that we're doing with Experience Yardley, because the work that we do with Experience Yardley is more than just putting on a music event every Saturday. Music events on Saturday equals economic impact because you get 300 to 400 people there. Canalween, Carvathon, these are things that bring people from all over, not just the 19067 zip code, but from Mercer County and other places. So we're bringing people in, and even if they don't spend dollars that day, which is possible, they may not, they may just come, park the car, go on the canal, take a look at a few pumpkins and leave. But that doesn't mean that they don't say to themselves, boy, this is a really cute town, I should come back. And that's why we need to continue what we're doing, because we want them to continually have Yardley on top of mind. So they say, I think we should go to the Yardley tonight. They have some really great restaurants and other things going on in town. That, maybe we can make a whole night of it, music on Main and have dinner at wherever, but I could talk about this all night, guys, because I love it's not my vocation, but I love my hobby, and that's, doing these projects and events for Experience Yardley.
You love Yardley. It sure is.
Yeah, we love Yardley. But I do think it's important to keep moving forward. And even if and I don't think it's the borough's business to necessarily run events or anything like that. I think it's up to organizations like ours or YBA or whomever to do it, because I'm not saying anything that no one else here doesn't know. We don't have the budget to pay for things, from the borough's budget. So, I think that's another cool thing about our town is that, and historically too, because I've been rereading the book by, what's his name, Profi or something like that. And I'm realizing that, volunteerism and events like this and, just stuff that we do, not just Experience Yardley, but just in general, Harvest Day, whatever, has been going on for over 100 years. And, maybe that's why Yardley is a great place to live and why other towns haven't caught on. I do have friends from overseas that say, we don't do it. You Americans are so strange. You volunteer for everything. You don't get paid for it. I'm like, yeah, but I get paid 10 times because it's a place that I want to live. All right, I'll get off my
All right, well
soapbox.
said there, David.
That's great.
All right. So,
Thank
but, you know, other than that, it sounds like a great project. I'm sure it will turn out. And like I said, you know, we're going to try to have a forum next month where we invite business owners to come into our committee meeting and, you know, if you hear anything on your end, you know, let us know. Keep, you know, us informed of, you know, your interaction with the business.
Well, is it going to be an open forum or is it going to be an agenda? I would hate for it to be a fire sticks and pitchforks, you know, like, why don't you do something for us? You know,
I don't expect that. We're open to hearing people. So I think it's really about hearing them. So I'm not setting, you know, a particular agenda. We want to know, you know, if they have any ideas and certainly hear what their complaints, because you're right. There's some things we're not going to be able to do anything about, but there's some things that maybe we can. So I think it's just to kind of hear and, you know, invite some of the business owners to come in and you know, hear from them and open a dialogue.
Absolutely. Just acknowledge them. I think it's a first step.
All right. Well, our time is up. Everyone, thank you so much for coming out, and we'll see you all at the meetings. I know the next one starts at 7, so Paul has to move the Zoom to the next
All right,
one.
move the Zoom. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for your
No,
support.
thanks for coming out.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.